Good day again and welcome to the words in the hymn. Today the verses I've chosen is from Corinthians chapter 8, 9. For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor, so that you through his poverty might become rich. Though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, so that by his poverty he could make you rich. The hymn that is chosen is Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is one of the most beloved hymns of the last 2 centuries. It has been estimated to be performed 10 million times annually and has appeared on over 11,000 albums. It was referenced in Harriet Beecher Stowe's anti-slavery novel Uncle Tom's Cabin and had a surge of popularity during the two of nation's greatest crises, the Civil War and the Vietnam War. The song was written by a former enslaver. Ironically, this stirring song, closely associated with the African American community, was written by John Newton. This unlikely authorship forms the basis of Amazing Grace, a Broadway musical which tells Newton's life story from his early days as a licentious libertine in the British Navy to his religious conversion and taking up the abolitionist cause. But the real story behind the somewhat sentimental musical, told in Newton's autobiography, reveals a more complex and ambiguous history. Newton was born in 1725 in London to a Puritan mother who died 2 weeks before his 7th birthday, and a stern sea captain father who took him to sea at age 11. After many voyages and reckless youth of drinking, he was impressed into the British Navy. After attempting to desert, he received 8 dozen lashes and was reduced to the rank of common seaman. While later serving on Pegasus, an enslaved person ship, Newton did not get along with the crew, who left him in West Africa with Amos Clove, an enslaver. Clove gave Newton to his wife, Princess Pay, an African royal who treated him widely as she did her other enslaved people. Newton's African adventures and enslavement are a bit more flashy, while the ship going down, a thrilling underwater rescue of Newton by his loyal retainer Thomas, and an implied love affair between Newton and the princess. He converted to Christianity after a miracle at sea. During the voyage home, the ship was caught in a horrendous storm off the coast of Ireland and almost sank. He prayed to God, and the cargo miraculously shifted to fill a hole in the ship's hull, and the vessel drifted to safety. Newton took this as a sign from the Almighty and marked it as his conversion. He did not radically change his ways at once. His total reformation was very gradual. I cannot consider myself to have been a believer in the full sense of the word until a considerable time afterward, he later wrote. He did begin reading the Bible at this point and began to view his captives with a more sympathetic view. It was not until 1788, 34 years after leaving it, that he renounced his former slaving profession by publishing a blazing pamphlet called Thoughts Upon Slave Trade. And later, the hymn reflects upon his miraculous journey through Christendom. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I'm see. So this is a hymn that almost every Christian knows, and many others know this song. So here it goes. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. It's grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace that grace appear, the hour I first believed. The Lord has promised good to me. His word, my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be. As long as life endures. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright as the shining sun, we have no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind,